Well, I have a question for you. You know, what exactly was the nature of Joe Biden's son's work in the Ukraine, Hunter Biden's son in the Ukraine, and why
Hunter
is it?
Biden.
Yeah, Hunter Biden.
Joe's son. Yeah.
Joe's son.
Yeah.
And why exactly does the president seem to imply that that work was somehow corrupt?
First of all, there's no evidence of corruption there, but here is what the story is. Hunter Biden's firm did work with this company in Ukraine. They were paid $166,000 a month retainer. Two of them were on the board of the firm, so we believe he would have gotten roughly half of that. So he was getting a significant amount of money advising this Ukrainian firm. Now, Hunter Biden, as far as I know, doesn't have a lot of experience with Ukraine. I think if his name were Hunter Smith, he probably wouldn't have been getting paid.
Right. And it was a gas company, wasn't it?
Yes, and then there's this issue of this prosecutor that had been investigating, or depending on who you believed, shaking down that company, wanted that prosecutor fired. And, you know, Biden, the vice president, then vice president, had urged that he'd be fired.
Yeah, but the irony, John, right? It's
Yes.
Don Jr. who met with the Russian lawyer at Trump Tower.
He was
wanting
trying to adopt a baby.
stuff on Hillary Clinton. And frankly, you have Ivanka and all the kids that are involved in business dealings, whether
All
it's
over
in
the world.
China
All over
and
the world.
Russia.
Trump himself has 487 conflicts of interest, according to the Sunlight Foundation.
Right.
Trump himself.
And even if that's off by a few, it's a lot.
Right.
No question.
But I
look,
think the question for conservatives,
yeah.
I'm very skeptical of anything anymore because I feel like, no disrespect to journalists, but every day the end of the world is coming. So how bad is this really?
Well, I think that this is significant, and this is a little bit different and very easy to understand. And you have what the president himself has already acknowledged, which is even if there was no quid pro quo, even if he wasn't holding that aid as you know, over the head of the president of Ukraine, merely bringing up your political opponent in a
Right.
conversation with a newly elected president. Any president of a foreign country is going to be seen as problematic, and that's why you see even Mitt Romney, who he's criticized the president in the past,
Captain
obviously.
Flip-flopper, though. I don't trust him either.
but
He's the only
Give it a few
one.
hours.
Troubling.
He'll change his mind by this afternoon. Don't worry about Mitt Romney.
But I'm hearing Republicans don't like defending this.
No, I don't.
think-
Right.
But you have to understand the skepticism because,
Yeah.
again, impeachment every day. So
Yeah.
if you're, and we all trust you, obviously, you're an even reporter.
Well,
I
then
think
you hear
this
the
one is-
whistleblower may be like a secondhand source. Things
Right.
like that come out, and it makes you wonder, how direct is this to what actually happened?
Exactly. That's why I point to what the president himself said.
Right.
So the whistleblower, and it's been reported, was not directly listening to the call, but heard it secondhand. What we don't know, though, did the whistleblower see a transcript? And then it doesn't,
Well,
but we
the
have the president
whistleblower,
himself admitting it.
something happened because the whistleblower
said
said,
it.
listen, something's going on.
But Trump
and
just
now
admitted
he's
it.
trying to, and he, first he said, well, I don't think did I talk to him? I don't recall. And then suddenly, oh, him, yeah, no, I talked to him. We talked about some simple stuff. It's like the whistleblower
yeah.
blew a whistle and said something's wrong here. And it was big enough for this person to say, y'all need to take care of it, even though they said, well, it's okay. Yes.
And the administration is blocking that whistleblower's complaint from going to Congress, so it all looks
Kinda
really bad,
stinky.
which is why, like I said, some on the president's team are saying you should just go ahead and release the transcript. They're insisting it's not as bad as it looks, but it sure looks really, really bad.
Thank you.
Well, you know what? Here's all the stuff that I didn't say in the beginning. Thanks to ABC Chief White House Correspondent Jonathan Karl.
Can I say happy birthday to my wife, Maria?
Yeah,
It's her birthday. Okay. So happy birthday,
Maria.
Maria.
Hey.